here's the other thing is like, I do think like they've effectively now turned what was probably their biggest weakness, right? And it was the one thing the Colts were looking around for over the course of the last couple of weeks. You're going to get Charvarius Ward back in a couple of weeks. And so now you've turned what was a weakness into a strength with two guys that can match up with anybody, with two guys that have the versatility to play zone and man, with two guys that I think will unlock Lou Anarumo's defense and allow you to do more with your front. So you'll be able to do different things to generate pressure that you weren't able to do before. And if you think your offense is good enough to generate leads, God, that defense could start to create some chaos. So I don't know, for the Colts, for where they're at, and this is like, again, two teams in very different positions, but like the Colts now, like they're a core, like they're all in on this core now, right? I mean, they drafted Bernard Raymond. They have Braden Smith and Quentin Nelson, who are kind of holdovers from the last core that they had. Tyler Warren, Michael Pittman, Alec Pierce, Josh Downs, Leatu Latu, Buckner again's like in that Nelson Smith category, a little bit older, but still a really effective player. Zaire Franklin's a holdover, still a really effective player. They've got Cam Bynum. This is, to me, is like them pushing the chips in the middle of the table on this core, and in particular on the quarterback. And that's what I think in a weird way, how Daniel Jones plays and what sort of answer Daniel Jones is, not just for the rest of this year, but going forward, will really inform us on the result of the Sauce trade, because you take out the chance to draft a quarterback over the next couple of years.
Yeah. I mean, that's the thing, right?
Yeah. Like, so that's gone now, right? Like, it's like your ability to draft one in 26 and 27 is gone. So you have to be right about Daniel Jones in a way the Giants weren't when they signed him to a contract a couple of years ago.
That's the thing, right? It's like Daniel Jones is going to end up being Kirk Cousins 2.0. I mean, he has just smashed the market at the absolute right times twice in a row now. I mean, there was the 2022 run, then you get into the playoffs, and it's so funny. I think it was Tom Rock.
So what do you do? Do you sign him if you're the Colts?
What?
You don't have
I'm not being flippant here, but what choice do you have? Like, I went up and down the list
Daniel
yesterday.
Jones has so much freaking leverage now.
Well, okay, so this is what
you tag him, right? You're tagging him.
Yeah.
Right. So let me look what the tag is for 2026, and then you're working off of that tag. So like that could eliminate the chance to do like a Baker Mayfield, Sam Darnold level trade or a deal. So the franchise tag at quarterback for next year projects to $46 million. That's his leverage point. So you're talking about now, in all likelihood, paying Daniel Jones $50 million per year. Not the top of the market, right? Like that's not 60, but I think that's sort of where you are now.
Okay, because here are the other options. Okay?
And you got a Duke degree to fall back on after all of this.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah. Let's look at it, okay? Could the Raiders separate from Geno Smith, and could Geno Smith be on the market if they decide that this is a mercenary quarterback situation? Possibly. Mm-hmm. The Chiefs aren't letting go of a quarterback. The Chargers aren't. The Broncos aren't. The Titans aren't. The Texans. The Cardinals.
Yeah.
I mean, that's your one. I mean, if Joe Flacco could come back on the market.
Okay, so here are your names, like to me, okay? Tua Tagovailoa, Justin Fields, potentially. I don't know if like there's some moving parts there as well. Joe Flacco, you can go down that road again. Yeah. I mean, going through the teams and looking at the teams now, like you said, Geno Smith. I mean, yeah, Kyler Murray.
Yeah.
I'm
just saying.
Mac Jones.
Well, I mean,
Don't sleep
that's
on
your
Mac
foil.
Jones.
If you're Daniel Jones, like that's your anti-leverage is Mac Jones. Oh my God. But, like Sam Darnold, they could have let go of him after a year if it didn't work out. But I mean, Sam might ask for a raise after this. And that's, the Colts have to be, and I'm sure they are prepared for, I mean, Daniel Jones's salary is going to quadruple after this year.
So if
Think
you
about it.
knew you were doing the Sauce deal and you were Chris Ballard, would you have like hustled to Daniel Jones and tried to do a deal with him now?
Like you'd have the Jets on one end and just be
Like I
like,
don't
hey,
like Daniel Jones, like, whoa, they're being super aggressive now. What the hell's going on?
you walk into the building and they're just like kicking like rocks around the front door waiting for you to get in. And it's like, hey, can I talk to you for a second, actually? It'll be like the when I was when I worked for a newspaper and was making like I'm not sure like a legal amount of money at the time. And then the first time that they offered me an actual salary, which I found out was also like way below the average for that position.
Yeah.
They wrote it down on a piece of paper and slid it across the desk, and they're like, "What do you think about that?" And I'm like, 23 or whatever, and I was like, "Fuck yeah!" And yeah, where do I sign? And like you could imagine Daniel Jones being in the same situation where it's just like Chris Ballard's like, "Hey, you've been playing pretty well. What do you think about like you making 14 million now? What do you think about 24 million?"
I mean, he's got like he has, yeah.
If you
Yeah.
sign it right now without calling your agent, we'll give you an extra couple $1,000 up front.
Because like if you remember his leverage last time was that there was only one franchise tag.
And they used it on Saquon.
And it was and they used it on Saquon. And in this case, the franchise tag actually is his leverage because it's risen to the point where if it does wind up landing at 46 million, like that's your negotiating point. And generally what they say is that you take two franchise tags. So it's 46 and then whatever 120% of it is, right? And then you divide it by, you take the sum of two tags, divide it by two, and that's the average. So in this case, if you do that math, right, and that's simple math. So let's just say 46 times 1.2 equals 55 points. So you'd be talking about, an average of just over $50 million a year.
God bless America. At least in some
But
places.
hey, I mean, like Tua's making what, 55, right?
Yeah, I mean that. Yeah.
So who would you take, Daniel Jones or Tua right now?
Daniel
I'd
Jones.
take Daniel Jones. Yeah. So I don't know. It's interesting, like the way that we look at all of these things, and I think Daniel Jones could be like with Shane Steichen. I think he could be a viable long-term answer there. So I just love all these reclamation projects, like people being forced to retract like takes and stuff. It's pretty great.